Um, Welcome back to my channel, Hooked on Novodyne. Today I'm going to be making a bag that I posted about like 2 days ago. I actually have it right here with me. Looks like this. So, you can use whatever yarn you want, like, it doesn't matter. I used Red Heart yarn for that bag. This time I'm going to be using Mandala yarn, which is a lot thinner than this. You can also make the bag any size you want, like the star any size you want. I'm gonna have to rewatch the tutorial for my star, because I don't remember how to make a star. That was the first one I've ever made. And I'm getting the tutorial off of Hopey Dope Official. Apologies if I butchered that, but so I'm gonna make a magic ring for the star. I have to rewatch this tutorial. I turn on captions, hold on.
And we will be running our stitches into that center hole. So go ahead and chain up 3. And in this pattern, every time we chain up 3, it does count as a double crochet. And now we're going to go ahead and place 19 more double crochets into this center loop. So by the time we're done with this round, we will end up with a total of 20 double crochets.
What's up, Scout? You can't come in here, you know that. Lily, be nice. So chain up 3 once you got your magic circle. And that first chain 3 is gonna be your first double crochet. And it's going to be like that for every single round. And after that chain 3, you're going to put 19 more double crochets in the ring. Now that you have 19, pull your tail to close the circle, and then slip stitch into the top chain of the top of your 3 the third stitch at the top of your chain, your beginning chain. Gosh, I don't know why I couldn't get that out.
That makes 2. And 4. And you're just going to continue this pattern all the way around until you have a total of 20 double crochets. So go ahead and meet me at the end. Now that we have finished making our double crochets, we are going to go ahead and slip stitch to the top of the beginning chain.
I'm pretty sure she slip stitches into the next stitch as well. I'm just not going to do anything yet.
And now you've completed round 1. Moving on to round 2, you're going to go ahead and chain up 3.
No, you're going to chain up 3.
And we're going to place 2 more double crochets into the same space.
Yeah, so in the same space that you slip stitched in to end round 1, you're going to put 2 more double crochets in that stitch. So, 2. I think she chains 2 or 3. I think it might be 3.
And this does count as a cluster of 3 double crochets. Now go ahead and chain 3.
Yeah, so you're going to chain 3.
And you're going to place another 3 double crochets into that same
And
space.
then you're going to put 3 more double crochets in that same space. Should look like that.
Yes. So you just finished up one of the corners, and now we're going to skip a stitch.
Okay, so you're going
And
to
then
skip the next
place a
stitch,
single double crochet
and the
into
stitch
the
after that, you're
following
going to put a
stitch.
single crochet
And
in
be
that
sure
stitch.
that this is the stitch that you skip. And this is where you place your single crochet. Now we're going to go ahead and skip another stitch
And skip the
and
next
place
stitch.
3 double crochets into the following stitch.
And then you're gonna, after you skip the next stitch, you're gonna put 3 double crochets in the following stitch. This might not be the best yarn for this. Hold on. Yeah, it just occurred to me that this might not be the best yarn for this. this color. Dig through my yarn stash and see which yarn I can put with this. Is there enough of that left? I might be able to do one small row with this. We'll see. I also have the rest of this skein. Might not use this though, because this is a 5 weight, that's a 4 weight. I also have this yarn. I have this partial orange. I have this, which is attached to a project. Well, I don't know if I can use that. I think the claret should be fine. This might take a minute. Pause. Alright, I'm back. I just had to roll this into like a ball because there's not that much of it left. I also have 3 more skeins, so sorry, not 3, 2. Apparently, I can't count. Excuse me. So we're gonna use this jumbo skein of Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and then this is Red Heart Super Saver yarn. This is in the color Aran, and then this is in the color Claret. You can find them both at Walmart. I gotta find my 5.5 look. Which I believe is attached to another project. It is not attached to the other project because the other project has a stitch marker in it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this color. I actually used this color in my bag that I made the other day. It's the 2 red stripes you see. Okay, so chain up 3. Double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so when you get to your second row, you're going to chain 3 after slip stitching, put 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. This right here is going to count as your first cluster. Then you're going to chain 3 in the same stitch that you slip stitched into. You're going to put 3 more double crochets for your second cluster. That's going to be your first corner. And then you're going to skip a stitch. See, right there, I skipped a stitch. Single crochet in the next, skip the next stitch, and then put a cluster of 3 double crochet in that following stitch. And then you're going to chain 3, and then put 1 more double crochet cluster in that stitch you just put a cluster in. And then you're going to skip the next stitch, and then in the following stitch you're going to single crochet, skip the stitch after the single crochet, and in that next stitch put a cluster of double crochet. And then chain 3, and then another cluster in the same stitch. And then you're going to skip the next stitch, and then single crochet in the following, skip another, and then put another cluster in the next stitch. Skip the next, single crochet in the next, skip the next, put a cluster in that following stitch, chain 3, put another cluster in the same stitch, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the following, and then slip stitch into your chain 3 post. It should look something like this. Continue watching this tutorial. I'm pretty sure you single crochet or slip stitch into the next stitch.
So now you're going to go ahead and chain up 3, and place another 3 double crochets into that same space to create another corner. So you're going to continue this pattern.
She's still on row 2.
Where you skip a stitch, place a single crochet, skip a stitch, and then do your corner of 3 double crochets, 3 singles, and 3 double crochets. You're just going to repeat this all the way around, and I'm going to meet you at the end. So I'm just finishing up my last double crochet, and you're going to end up seeing there is 3 stitches left. And what we do is we're going to place a single crochet into that middle stitch, now we're just going to slip stitch to the beginning of the row. And that completes round 2. To start off round 3, we are going to go ahead and slip stitch over one space, and then chain up 3.
Hold on, I have a factory knot.
Now we are going to place a double crochet into the next stitch, and in the corner we are going to place a cluster of 3 double crochets. Now we're going to go ahead and chain up 3, and then we're going to place another cluster of 3 double crochets into the corner space. And for this entire pattern, when we get to a corner, we are going to do the same pattern where you place a cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 3, and another cluster of 3.
So whenever you're on a corner, whenever you get to a corner, it's going to be 3 clusters, chain 3, or sorry, 1 cluster, chain 3, 1 cluster. Okay? I messed up. I skipped this stitch, but oops. I think when you get to a valley, which is this part right here, where it kind of dips between the corners, you're gonna skip 3 stitches. So after a corner, you're gonna place, after a cluster, the second cluster on one of your corners, you're going to place 2 stitches, skip 3. In the 4th, place a double crochet, and then a double crochet, and then do your next cluster. I wish I had a better way to record these, but I don't.
So for the next 2 spaces, we are going to place a single double crochet. Moving on to what I call the valley, we are going to skip these 3 stitches and then place a single double crochet into the following 2. For the corner, you're going to place a cluster of 3, chain 3, and another cluster of 3.
And basically you'll just repeat the pattern of the corners being 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Stitch after the cluster, 1 double crochet, and then the next 1 double crochet, and then in the center of the valley you're going to skip 1, so 1, 2, 3, and then in this one, the 4th one, you're going to place a double crochet. Should look like that. And then you're going to put another double crochet, do your cluster, one, 2, 3, another cluster, So I'm done with round 3. I'm gonna go ahead and change colors. I'm gonna snip my red yarn. Grab this yarn. My two of those together. At the end of round 3, you're just gonna slip stitch to the start of round 3. And your star should look like that. Yeah. So, for round 4, I actually don't need this tutorial anymore. The rest of it's repetition. Sorry, my recruiter just texted. I will call or text her. Back later. Anyway, so for round 4, you're going to double crochet. Just put single double crochets in each stitch until you get to the corner. And then you're going to put your cluster of 3, your cluster of 3. And then you're going to chain 3. And then put another cluster of 3. Stitch, double crochet, the next stitch, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. And instead of skipping 3 stitches this time on the valley, you're only going to skip 2. So right there is where I have stopped. So you're going to skip this stitch and the bridge right there, the stitch on the bridge right there, and then you're going to go into the 3rd stitch after that. And then you're going to continue on to your corner. And do your cluster of 3, chain 3, cluster of 3. I genuinely do not know how many rows I did on my other bag. I should probably go count them, but I don't want to. Okay, so when you're doing round 4, after round 4, it's the same thing as round 4 for every other row that you're doing. And I'm going to count these stitches. The rows. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I did 13 rows. It's barely 20 hundred. It's barely 20. So I will meet you back when I'm done with the actual star itself. You can use solid colors. I'm using. You can make it all one color. I'm making it 2 different colors so I can kind of see where my rows are and also so I can tell that it's an actual, like, star. Because I struggle with seeing shapes in something that's all one color. So, be back.